Hello everyone and welcome back to our Pikmin-like series where we're going through and creating AI that we can give commands to gather up and tell them to go do things. So in the last episode we showed you how to gather the units up and collect them for your character. Next up we are going to go through starting to give them commands. So let's jump in and take a look. So for the commands we need to use our interface again. So let's go back to our AI folder. And in the BPI AI, we're going to go add function, command, and we're going to give it the command, this first one of move to. Okay, command move to. Hit compile, save that, close that. I then want to, on my player character, have the command set up. That's our input action we made. So IA command move to. And what this is going to do is, as it is triggered or started, whichever we want to do, we want to gather up our friendlies that we've got over here. For each of these, we want to call that event that we made, that function we made in the interface. So command move to. Now, obviously, we need to give a location where we want it to move it to. So let's go double click on command move to. And add the input for a vector, which should be the location. Okay. Close that, and that should now appear here too. And to get the location, we're going to use a sphere, a line trace out of the character's camera, and then point down into the ground to find the place on the floor. So on command move to, we're going to go ahead and create a function, which would be get look at location. And on look at location, we could do a line trace out from the camera first of all. So line trace by channel, get by our camera manager, actor location. That'd be the start. The endpoint will be the player camera manager actor forward vector, multiplied by the range that we want to look. And I'm going to do 2000 in here. And we just add that onto our starting position. Okay. So the active to ignore those is important. We don't want it to accidentally hit our characters. So an active to ignore, we're just going to plug in our gathered friendlies. Like that. Now that's the first line trace. The second line trace is to find the floor of where we're looking. So we're going to take the out hit here, break it open, and we're going to do another line trace with the starting position being either the location of the hit or the trace end, either one. So that is determined by the blocking hit. So we're going to take our blocking hit, do select vector. If it's a blocking hit and it's true, it'll pick A, which will be our location. B will be our trace endpoint. So if we just shoot in the middle of the sky, it'll trace down to that location. So that's going to be our starting point. The endpoint we're going to take out from there and subtract in the Z there by 500. And put it into end. Once again, active to ignore, we put our gathered friendlies in there. Okay. So these two line traces will give us a location in the map where we want to send our character. So we're going to go to return, add return node, and I want to take out my out hit, break this open, and I want to give it a location from our hit result. Now, if there is no blocking hit, i.e. that we aimed straight up in the air and it hasn't hit any floor, I still want it to return a location, but this time locating of the trace end. So much like how we did this earlier with the select vector, we want to do the same thing again over here as well. So if it's true, it's a blocking hit, A will pick the location. B though, we don't want to give it the we don't want to give it the trace end. We want to give it 0, 0, 0. And that'll be a way for us to check to see whether or not we can actually send them to that location or not. We've got to make sure 0, 0, 0 is not a valid location, which is unlikely to be. So as a blocking hit, take the location. Otherwise, 0, 0, 0 is going to be the output. And I'm going to make this a pure function as well. So my event graph, I can drag out my get lookup location there and plug that in. So they're now receiving the command to move to this location here. We're all done here. We can now close this and go into our friendlies controls over here. So we just go into the actor, open the blueprint editor, and in here we're going to open up the command move to interface. So double click on this to generate the event. As you can see, the location is coming through here. Now that 000 is important because if it is 000, it means it's invalid. So we're going to take our location here, take the vector length of it, and I only want to do the next thing if vector length here is greater than 0. Or basically not equal to 0, rather. Okay. That way, it won't ever go if we just don't hit anything. Now, the actual command itself, we're going to do a blackboard component for this. So we're going to do get blackboard, set value as vector into true there. The vector value is going to come from the location, and the key name, we're going to make one. We're going to call it target location. Compile, save that. So let's go back into my blackboard that we made back in the last episode. We create a new key, a new vector, and call it the same name. Make sure it's exactly the same. Target location. Close that. I now want to give it the command behavior. Now, this is the thing that is where I see people messing up a little bit, where they'll try and put everything into one single behavior tree. You don't need to do that. You can break it up. So, for example, I'll create another behavior tree here, and we'll have this command move to command as a behavior tree. So what's going to happen is after we set the value as vector on target location, well, actually before we set that value as vector, we want to tell the AI controller to run the behavior tree. So we're going to get AI controller, control actor will be self, and then we're going to do run behavior tree. And that's going to choose the command move to. The reason why it has to happen before this one is because get blackboard needs to exist first. And that only exists when you start running behavior tree. So that runs behavior tree first, gets the blackboard second. Okay, so now this thing's going to be running this command move to. And if you want to know more about how behavior trees work, do check out my AI series. We're going into a lot more detail than we are going to go here. But so far as to say, all we need to know in here is a very simple one, which is basically telling it to move to. So I'm going to do a selector into a sequence and then into a move to. And that's all we're going to do here. The move to, we need to just give it the blackboard key correctly to target location. If it doesn't, nothing shows up here, just make sure that the default behavior tree has a blackboard asset of the one we just made. But here we're going to get move to target location. Okay. And what we can do as well is make it so that when it reaches the end of this here, we can tell it to say it's finished its command, it's ready to move on. So I'm going to create a new task to handle this. Go new task, BT task, command complete. And this is going to use that interface again. So let's go back to interface, add a new function, command complete. So back on my BT task, command complete, I go to function override, execute AI, and we're going to take controlled pawn and do command complete. And when it gets the command is completed, back on our friendly over here, we can see that interface function down there. Double click on this. This will get called by our BT task. So command complete here. I'm going to get the AI controller again. Controlled actor self. And we want to take to stop running the behavior tree. And the way you do that is by accessing something called the brain component. And then from that, you can do stop logic. With that done, we can now go back to our behavior tree and add that on the second part of this sequence here. Command complete. Okay, so let's go up and gather our characters. There they are. And then we give them the command of off they go. And gather them back up. Give them that command. Okay. Now you see some of them stopping. The reason why some of these stop is because our characters by default block the nav mesh. So if they can't reach that location, it won't see it as a possible destination to go to. So what I need to do is tell them to have a wider degree of success. So I'm going to go back to command move to, go to move to location here, change the acceptance radius here to, let's say 75, and hit play. Let's go gather these guys up. There you go. Command up there. Command over there. So there you go. Our first commands are given to our AI characters to run around and do stuff. But as you saw, it's quite hard to tell where you're aiming. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a marker system to allow us to ping the environment, to tell them where to go, make it more obvious to the player where they've told them to go. So you can watch the next part right now over on patreon.com/Ryan Laley, where you can find all our videos early from just $1 a month. A massive thank you to all our patrons and YouTube members for their continued support in the channel. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.